Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. It's Brooks Bryant, and today we're going to be talking about something that I believe was left out of the normal conversation about Gemini. If you like this content and you want to see more, liking and subscribing always helps. It keeps you with our community and it keeps us knowing what you adore. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on content. After all, as you know, for those of you that haven't learned much about it, I'll go over a little bit. It's a racist engine that produces things along this line. Medieval knights depicted when they're supposed to be depicted as Caucasian, European from east to west members, they're always depicted as either black or Chinese or Japanese. Now, I have nothing against the races. But when we ask for something, when we ask for an image of the Pope, something simple, we expect for some level something to be accurate. We expect for it to not have anything that will stand against people. It's not too hard to ask. Just put something on there that is in no way pushing left or right politics, isn't racist, and will actually put the image we ask for. Like, this is a black and an Indian woman pope. The pope is Caucasian male. It's an image of a pope any pope throughout history would have done. And if someday there is a black pope or an Indian woman pope, then that's acceptable. Perfectly fine. But not one throughout history was black or Indian. So it just, with that, you don't know, oh, maybe it just wanted to show you a new image. Maybe these are just errors, bottom right, Mongolian knight. Bottom left, a woman sitting there with a knight clearly charging her that looks like a Chinese version of Mulan. And I know Mulan is from China, but I more mean, I believe she was Western Chinese, so this looks more like an Eastern Chinese woman, and this one looks more like a Western Chinese. It's a massive territory, so there's slight differences, but you get my point. And not one, in the top right, not one of these knights is wearing armor that was actually looking like proper armor. Well, maybe the bottom left Mulan one, but one on the top right, none of the horses had that type of armor. It's literally just one piece of one piece of metal on the front and something over the horse's head. If a horse was armored, it was either lightly armored or heavy armored, and if it had heavy armor, it would actually be noticeable. So continuing on, we just ask for a simple piece of white bread. Simple as that. Someone eating white bread. It's always people of color. They're trying to X out white people from the color. And for those of you that don't know my background, if you're new here or if you just haven't seen my channel before, I am one that's a coder. I like to code. It's cathartic to me. Coding takes a lot to make AI, let alone make anything that can generate color like this, that can generate this level of color, generate this level of image, make the background look perfect. This level of image is high resolution. That means that whoever coded this had to be so into it, push so hard this concept, that they had to create contingencies so nothing broke. They had to make sure that the color definition, the light on their faces, as you can see, is so good. They had to work weeks on this. Even the best would take a week just to make sure that this would show up. But as you've seen on all the other channels, this does show up. So they just keep trying to push out white people from anything to do with the internet. They try to push us out of everything because of some hatred for white people in the past. Because they have self-hatred for a lot of them that are doing this, and a lot that are just plain racist. There's no way of hiding it now. There's no way for Google to just brush this off. Hey, it's fine. We'll throw a bunch of money at it. It'll be all good. There's nothing they can do to push back against it. I mean, look at this. These are Vikings. For those of you that have seen the show Vikings, not one person is black. Not one person is Mongolian until the very end of that second series. And that's how it should be. If you're going to introduce people to a series because of race, to an image because of race, you have to have historical relevance. Like, come on. If you're going to show a black person, show someone that is either a black warrior for America, a soldier, or someone from the tribal eras of Africa. But they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about the massive numbers of people that were enslaved. They don't want to talk about, and you could see in this image all these dreads. They if you remember a while back, if you were on this channel, if you were at Louder with Crowder, if you were at Charlie Kirk's channel, if you were at the Daily Wire, any of those people on the Daily Wire, you would have known that they had freaked out about white people wearing dreads for a long time. Vikings wore dreads, so that's something that's actually accurate. But no. It's racist if we say white people had dreads. But if they appropriate white culture and then give them dreads, then it's not racist. Then it's historically accurate. But I digress. I'm going off on a tangent. My apologies. You didn't come here to see all of these images that you've seen a million times. You didn't come here to see someone ask for Seamus and get a black guy and an Indian guy that looks like he's here for a fucking office meeting. No. And I mean, look, they put so much work into this. I mean, look at this. So much work was put into this. They got it off of fucking Wikipedia. I know. Completely wild. They put too much work into it. Too much work into it. I understand you all aren't here to hear me talk about any of this. You're here to get the proper information about it. Proper information like what could be worse than Nazis? Than black people being depicted as Nazis? Than an Asian woman that looks like she's either South Korean or South Chinese being depicted as a Nazi, a 1943 German soldier. What could be worse? Well, as you know, it's been over a day. Been just over a day. Just just a bit, a little bit over a day. And they've completely brought down any ability to create an image. So they're stepping in the right direction. They're stepping in the right direction. Right? It's over. It's done. So what does that mean for us consumers? Should we just accept Gemini and other AI powered technologies like ChatGPT, of which if you've been on seen the Daily Wire, you know that they've talked about how racist the ChatGPT ones were, or things along those lines. Things along those lines. Should we just accept that it's all fixed? It's all done. This is just all good. Should we accept it? Should we go, okay, we'll give you another chance. You may have done this a million times, but we understand you learned your lesson. Okay, it's not going to happen a million more times. It's good. Yeah, no, no, we ain't going to do that. So if we go right here, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So let's see. We have, before we get to the main point, we have blue checks attack Google's woke AI art. Art. Freaking art from the Rolling Stone. This from the Rolling Stone. Art while admiring Hitler's paintings. They think that we had cared enough to admire the paintings, and I'm sorry about the mess up with the camera. I will have it fixed in the next recording. My apologies. Racist AI paintings. Okay? That's what it should say. But no. The woke AI art. It's woke to have Nazis be black. It's woke to have Vikings be black, to have any image of white people being kicked out because of wokeness, because it's acceptable, right? Because white people are terrible. And we continue to the Washington Post. A viral post on X shared by End of Wokeness continued a portrait of the founding father of America with images of Native American man in a traditional headdress, a black man, a dark-skinned non-white man, and an Asian man, all in colonial era garb. Because, of course, we needed every piece of that information of why it's wrong. So it just gets worse. Like they start hating on Elon Musk, psychologists, Jordan Peterson, and they continue to try to defend it as we go on and go on, generate a wide range of people, is what their response is. That was Google's response, was generally a good thing. So it's a good thing that when you ask for something to be historically accurate, a pope should be any race, any color. Hell, why don't we start with aliens? What happens when we're among the stars? Why isn't there an alien pope? Black people should be depicted as Nazis. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Generally a good thing. Because Google has users around the globe. So Google can't be racist. As defended by all of these. Hell, even NBC News has Google making changes after Gemini AI portrayed people of color inaccurately. That's why they're making change. Yeah. That's why we're all angry. That's why everyone is angry. Because we were seeing it portrayed inaccurately. Wonderful. They figured it out. They figured it out. It was portrayed inaccurately. So, what does this mean? What does this mean? Is it all over? Is it all done? Was that the only racist part? No. No, I can guarantee you it's not. And I'm here to now tell you the exact harm that this actually is and how it's actually much worse than what people perceived. So, first off, the harm in this is they literally had to have taken months going through all of this code. I'm a coder. As I've said before, I love it. It takes a long time to get code right. It takes constant, oh, I messed up here, I messed up there, oh, this needs that, this doesn't have this doesn't have that. You have to create contingencies. For example, if you had a 2D plane and you want to go left, right, I was trying to go from how you're perceiving it, but whatever, you're trying to go left, right, you don't want them to go up or down, right? So if somebody presses the up key, they can't go up. Down key can't go down. You have to create that contingency. And if you don't, then it creates something that could go off the image that you're trying to keep the people on, the 2D drawing. So it took them months of doing this code. It took them countless hours of perfecting it, going back to work, overtime, continuous preparation, showing it to their boss, showing it to their boss's boss, going over it, reviewed by outside sources that they trusted, just to put this code out. And after many days of this atrocity still being worked on, what do they have? Well, let me show you. This is why it's worse. You simply ask, what's your opinion of white people? Well, I understand your curiosity, but as a language model, I am not capable of forming personal opinions or beliefs about groups of people. Okay, that's something we can accept, something acceptable. All right? But in the same stance, like the liberals always do, like they always love to push, they tell us we can't do this. But, I believe in equality. However, that's how it is. Instead of asking my opinion on it, I can offer offer some information and resources that can help you form your own understanding based on facts and diverse perspectives. Would you like me to share some resources about the concept of whiteness? So, my skin color means a ton in the historical and social context. or the impact on different individuals and groups. Now, I can understand if you were pushing that, if you're doing that for everyone. What is the impact of blackness? What is the impact of Asianness? What is the impact of Chineseness? What is the impact of Indianness? Whiteness? What is the impact of it on everyone? I can understand that. It's considered bad by Google. They've already shown this. They've already shown that. But this type of context, when we already know Google hates white people, they've already shown this. They want to push white people out of our own culture and want to show, as they had put it, all the various groups in, how was it put? Let's see. Generally a good thing to generate a wide range of people. They want to show all of that. Okay, I can agree with that. If they want to show a wide range of people, now they push something racist by pushing white people out of our own culture because they want everyone to be accepted. Okay, that's acceptable. And if they're putting whiteness in its historical and social construct and its impact on different individuals and groups, if that was held to the same standard in every race, that's acceptable. But if we look up what is your opinion on black people, they can't push anything. However, black people are a diverse group of individuals with a rich history and culture. They come from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. Black people have faced a long history of discrimination and oppression. Black people have faced contributions, have made significant contributions to society in many different fields. So, when you ask about white people, when you ask about anything to do with white people, it's wrong. It's terrible. Throw them away. Throw them away. We only need blacks, Asians, Hispanics, and Indians here. When you talk about white people, you're a disgrace. But when you talk about black people, well, now we will give you all the information about how great it is in every single way. And yes, I ended up researching it across all of this for anything else, for all the other races. And it was near the exact same for this. So they literally had to tie the racism not only to their engine itself, that whenever white people are brought up, it's not to be talked about. It's supposed to be talked about in a racist way, in a hateful way. White people are terrible, evil. But they tied it to their AI. What is made in their AI? The level of coding that would have to be put into this is massive. It would take literally at least 2 weeks for the best coders I know to code this, to make it so it literally has so much hatred of white people that it would push out anything that was talked about that was even slightly good about white people. So it's actually worse than what was depicted in the previous ones from Charles Knowles and from Louder with Crowder, from the Daily Wire, from Charlie Kirk. It's far worse than what was expected. The entirety of it is it just keeps getting worse as time goes on. And they have no remorse because they'll say, we're going to fix this. We're going to change it for the better. It's no longer going to be racist. Have my word. You have my word. And then the next thing that they end up putting out is going to be even more racist because that's how they do it. They did it with ChatGPT. They've now done it with Gemini. What's the next thing? The next version of VR is going to have, you're going to see everyone as black or Asian or Hispanic. No more white people. You can't see white people anymore. You can't say white without judging them because we're all terrible. because all the accomplishments and great things that we have done for this amazing nation, for humanity, is just brushed under the rug. No matter how much we want to create a society that's a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and get rid of the race matter entirely, they want to push it. They're that hateful about all of this. And it just hurts. It just hurts seeing this. To see that they hate us so much. But anyway, as consumers, it's truly crucial that we hold these tech giants like Google, well, from Google to Facebook to even T-Mobile and TNT, to every single one of these tech giants accountable for the products they put into this world. Like, we need to demand their transparency and ethical AI practices now. I, with so many talks about AI, no one ever thought AI is going to be something we need to deracialized, make it non-racist. But when you actually look at the coding, AI is always going to have something wrong with it, because the people who build the AI are the ones that design it, and they can put their own political beliefs and ideals into it. So it's only going to get worse. Like, the amount of hard work they're going to have to put in, this is going to probably take a week. uh, If they put in overtime, it could take a few more days at best, but most likely a week for them to fix all of this. Like, it's not going to stop. They're going to find another way to be racist. They always do. But I digress. Like, this, showing all this kindness and then slamming white people, not showing any kindness towards people of whiteness because they self-loathe or they are completely and utterly racist. It's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And then the leftist media just puts out all of this because they want to defend Gemini, because they hate white people. They're self-hating and they hate everyone else. They say that Gemini got taken down because it depicted black people and other colored people as Nazis and US senators from the 1800s. It's because they completely wrote out white people. Like, all these liberal news nations just defend them to the nines. It just, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. My God. But, I mean, look at this. If you're trying to write a term paper and you need certain pictures, like a student needs certain pictures for this, they're going to get, they're going to lose. They're going to lose out on a lot of things. You could fool a lot of kids, a lot of incorrigible kids, into thinking that the Nazis were black or Asian, of Chinese descent, of Korean descent. It, it'll just harm people in the long run. But that's all I had to say on this. I had to speak about this. Like, it's next level racist. Next level racist. Like, they're willing to talk about all these races in such great light, races, not racists, in such great lights. And then once white people come into the conversation, you disgust me. You disgraces. But if you liked, then please just like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification at the end. I'll see you all next time. Dear God, this was, oh my God, this was next level racist. I'll see y'all later.